Hey, you know what's something I wanted to ask you? I was supposed to, because I was supposed to have Lalo on the other day.
Lalo Vlogs.
Yeah, but he was being a bitch. So I'm gonna ask you this question just because I was fascinated by it, and he brought it up actually. So I'm actually fucking using this now. But it's something that I had thought of before. And what do you think about like genders? Like, do you believe here? Let me give you a little bit of background, and then you can answer the question. The question is, so you can think about it. Do you think there's only two genders, like only male and only female, or do you think there's something in between? And let me explain why. Because the reason I asked this is because I was watching this video, and it was a bunch of like transgender, and I get confused with all this transgender, transsexual. I don't know. Like one means I identify as a girl or as my opposite sex, and the other one is I actually cut my dick off, and or one, like, whatever it is, right? So, but do you believe there's somewhere in between or only two? Because one of the guys' argument was, one guy was saying, for example, yes, I only think there's two, only male and only female, and that's it. Whether you had, like, if you're a guy and you identify as a woman, to my eyes, I by all means I'll call you a woman.
Yeah.
But you're still a man. Like, you have a dick, you have the hormones of a guy. You were born a man. You're always gonna be a man. Now, whether you want to identify as a woman is up to you.
Yeah.
And I'll call you her, she, or whatever, right?
Yeah.
But the transgender person, he brought up a good point, and I was like, damn. Like, I was like, that was a good one. Like, even I couldn't even answer it. He's all like, well, he asked the straight guy, right? He's like, well, I'm not saying they're gay, but he asked the other guy, right? He's like, well, do you consider me a full man? Because he was dressed like a woman. He looked like a woman. And he's like, I don't think so. And he's like, well, do you identify me then as a full woman? And he's like, well, no. Well, it's like, so what the hell? Like, so what am I? Am I a full man or am I a full girl? And I was like, good point, dog. Because I mean, I wouldn't say you're a full man either.
Half and half.
Yeah, because I'm like, look at you,
Yeah.
But what do you think? Do you think there's a something in between, or what do you think about that?
I believe that you're either born a woman or a female, and you're born a man or born a male.
Yeah,
like that's just biology.
Yeah. It's just facts. Like we're not being against anybody.
No,
it's just
like you can't be born and then like
in between.
Yeah, like I'm not like as a baby, I'm sure you don't think like, hey, like I'm not a boy, but I'm not a girl. Like I'm in between. I feel like you're either born with the male reproductive system or a female reproductive system, and there's cases where you might be born with both. That's just science.
Only they can say
exactly
both.
Yeah, because they have both. I think that's just plain science, right? But I do feel like as you start growing up, you can identify as whatever you want. You want to fucking be a tree, be a tree.
Do you think there should be like an age? Because some of their arguments, and I think it's still too young, because some of them say, oh, by the age of 6, I knew that I wanted to be whatever, right?
Yeah.
And I think, like, I mean, when I was 6, I was probably saying some...
Dude,
I don't know what I'm thinking, I could be messing around. I could be doing this. Oh, no. The argument is that by the age of 6 or something like that, like at a really young age, you can decide if you want to, like, be the other sex to, like, have the surgery, or I don't know, with your parents' consent, something like that. But... I don't know, man. I feel like it's too young.
I feel like, do you feel like at that age you have like don't have a feeling of like, doesn't feel good. I want to do. I'm someone else.
Like because, as a guy, like you're like fuck.
Yeah, like I don't feel like a guy. I feel like I can't even imagine like I was 6 years old and I don't even think I thought about anything like that.
Yeah.
So like I feel like nowadays I feel like society has a lot to do with kids are growing up and seeing because I feel like. Like society plays a role in what you see in media, on TV and stuff that makes you wonder and be like, well, if he's doing it, then it might be okay for me to do it. You know? So I feel like that has to do a lot of like choices that kids are making nowadays, because I feel like you're growing up, you're not thinking about that. You're not. It's not something you think about. Like
you're thinking about like
being a kid. And it's and I feel like it has to do about with like the society we live in nowadays and stuff like that. Because you, like I said, you want to consider yourself to be any type of gender you want, then go ahead. That's on you. You know. Yeah. But I feel like you should let kids grow and be kids.
Yeah. Be kids. Yeah. Do you think like at a young age, because some parents they don't want to like expose their kids to, like, for example, someone who's gay or someone who's lesbian, because they feel like it's gonna influence them or confuse them.
Yeah.
Do you think it confuses kids? Like, or like, for example, let's say you have a child, right?
Yeah.
And you have a son, and he sees, like, he tells you, Dad, why is that guy
kissing a guy?
Yeah. Do you think his, like, as such a young brain, he can wrap around that, or would you just tell him, or what would you think you'd say?
For example, like,
you'd be like, that's a sin, son.
Yeah, exactly. it just depends on how you raise your kid, right?
Yeah,
because if you raise your kid saying, like, this is right and this is wrong, like, you can't kiss boys because that makes you gay, or you can't kiss a girl because that makes you a lesbian. If you raise your kid that way, when he sees something like that, he's gonna be like,
that's his first thought.
Yeah, my dad told me that's not right, so I'm not gonna do that. I hate that people, like, they're sinning.
Yeah.
But I don't know, because it's so, like, it's such a controversial topic, because you also don't want your kid getting exposed to, like, kissing guys in 6th grade. Because you're gonna be like, that's not right, because of that mentality you have. But it's so hard, because you want him to be free and experience life the way they want him to and grow up and be kids, but you also want him to grow the way that you grew up. Maybe, like, if I was taught, like, no,
and you want to imply your morals and your
because everybody
ideas.
has morals. So it's hard to grow. I feel like being a parent nowadays is gonna be so hard, just because
that's pretty easy, man. I don't know why you guys all bitch. I don't do shit. all my girl has to do is just, like, stick her in the chi-chi
and feed her,
and that's it, man. She knocks out like that.
Damn, the life.
And then when I don't shut up, she sticks her other chi-chi in my mouth, and I knock out.
She feeds both of you guys at the same time.
You know what I hate that society does? I mean, we're almost done here. We'll wrap up quick. I mean, the camera's about to die too. So, guys, if this dies,
peace out.
Yeah. Let's add an ending just in case it dies. All right, guys. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace. All right, just in case.
Yeah.
Well, you know what I hate that society does is, like, sometimes they imply, or like the news or whatever, they imply some, like, for example, let's say I got in a fight with someone who's transgender.
Yeah.
Let's say that guy who identifies as a woman. So let's say she is being rude to me, and she pushes me and whatever, right? And she's, like, touching me, but someone starts recording, and then it's me fucking, and I sock her. and I knock her out, this and that, blah blah blah. Like, social media and the news, right away the headlines is gonna be straight man or straight guy hits transgender woman. Like, what the fuck? Like, that has nothing to do with anything. I did not sock you because you're transgender. That had nothing to do with it. I socked you because you were being a bitch,
Yeah. I feel like now, like I said, everybody wants attention now. Like,
and they imply shit like
they
that.
They find something to just mess up.
Yeah. Or like, for example, when they do, like, the police brutality, and I'm not saying police aren't assholes or racist or whatever, right? But what I'm saying is that a lot of times, sometimes the police are just doing their jobs, and then right away, just because it's it's a coincidence that it's a black person doing the crime, and right away, black guy gets hit by a white cop. And I'm like, that has nothing to do with it. Maybe the guy was fucking about to rob someone. I
feel like that's why it's important before people start making assumptions to really know what happened and know the facts of the situation.
Do their own research.
Because anything can get switched up right away on social media. Everybody's looking for retweets, likes, whatever it is. So they will make up anything to get that. So I feel like it's important. We see a lot of crazy videos, and I feel like a lot of the times what I want to do is I want to go in and, like, learn a little bit about what happened before start being like, damn, that's an asshole ass cop, damn, the African American or the white person or whatever had the fault. It's not the cop's fault, So that's why it's important to, like, do a little bit of research before making a dumb comment or retweeting something that's not true and stuff like that.
I know, man. I think it's funny when, like, the person, it's usually a guy, he's, like, fighting the cop, and the cop starts socking him, and then the woman recording is like, stop.
There's always that one video.
And I'm like, well, if the guy would just fucking calm down and, like, and just stop fighting, because he'll be fighting, like, trying to get out. And if I'm a cop, dude, and a guy's trying to get out, and he's bigger than me or something, I'm gonna sock him. I'm gonna do whatever I can. It's my job.
Yeah.
And then they stop bitching. Whatever. Just That's why I'm not a cop, man. I just pull out my gun, dude, and I fucking shoot you in the knee. I shoot
pop
you.
a knee.
Yeah, I shoot you in the foot, man.
Dude, that would hurt.
Imagine, but like, that's right, bitch.
Imagine a bullet just ripping your knee apart.
Fuck that. You know what I think is worse? A fucking knife stab.
Bro, I don't like any of that stuff.
Yeah, I like watching that shit, dude.
I know you're weird.
Hey, you know what's funny? I watched that nasty, like someone getting stabbed and murdered, like stabbed 30 times, and then I'm like, oh, it's fucking 1 a.m. It's time to go to sleep.
Dude, I Bro, I start watching those videos and my stomach starts like turning and stuff.
Yeah.
I can't watch those. Or like, I would get videos from some of you guys about the executions with the narcos. I'm like, dude, you just hear that.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, I can't.
People are so like, they're already so much in pain that you don't even see them. Like, for example, like if something's happening, they're in pain so much that they're just like, I feel, they're done.
I feel like your nervous system is so like fucked that like you can't even feel anything, bro. It's just like you're just like numb.
I know, dog. Fuck that, man. If I ever got caught by a narc foot, like, and I'm like getting pulled away, I just
snap your neck.
Yeah, I'll hold my breath. I hold my own breath with no mamas.
Just choke yourself out.
Yeah, honestly.
Yeah, bro, it's just crazy. I could never do anything like that.
All right, bro. Well, let's end this. Well, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm gonna bring Sergio on a lot more. Oh, perfect! Look at that.
Well, at least we got a.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, I do have it. I guess I can end it like this, just with the audio. Guys, I hope you guys enjoyed. The camera just died on us. I'll see you guys on the next one, guys.
Let's go get drunk.
Yep. Oh yeah, I'm gonna get fucked up right now, guys. All right, peace.
Peace.